The Greek crisis in historical context is among the most severe.
The macroeconomic picture is absolutely awful.
Can Europe survive to a Brexit and a Greece exit? I don't know.
In October of 2016, we conducted an extraordinary conference here in the Boston area. We brought together decision makers, politicians, military figures, business leaders, in an attempt to understand the challenges facing Greece today. This was part of our Turn series of conferences, wherein we take an individual, region, or nation and unpackage both the challenges and the opportunities ahead. I know you'll enjoy hearing about Greece's turn and what we learned.
The ongoing Greek crisis is indeed a litmus test for Europe. We have to avoid repeating the policy mistakes made in the past.
I think there's a serious problem here, and that rather than talking about Grexit, which assumes that the Eurozone stays as it is, with the same kinds of policies that don't work, one has to think about how do you reform the Eurozone.
In reality, we were not experiencing a Greek crisis. We were experiencing a Eurozone crisis. And I don't think that was ever fully understood.
Greece and Europe are one and the same. And both the country and Greece's European partners, whether in the EU or in NATO, including Washington, need to recognize that the security value of Greece and importance of Greece is only going to increase in the near and medium term.
The leaderships were pro-Western and the people followed. And I'm afraid that this contract is now breached. We have to decide what model we would like to have for our polity, for our society, for our people.
We are outward looking, we are independent, we are fiercely competitive, we are educated, we like to take risks, we are agile.
When you turn on the TV and you see the clear plurality of voices, it's hard to believe that there isn't a robust culture of freedom of speech in Greece that ensures that all viewpoints are heard.
Greece is full of ideas, but ideas without means, resources, and inspiration have no future.
And instead of creating problems, as we politicians often do, we should try to find solutions so that new ideas and new business opportunities come from that.
I would also like to emphasize the urgent need of reforms to create an institutional, educational, and cultural and entrepreneurial environment that can stimulate innovation and foster competition.
So I think there's some room for nurturing the entrepreneurs, nurturing these local initiatives, using the cultural engagement.
This young ecosystem of entrepreneurs needs to be supported. Are we going to open up to the world, be bold, think out of the box?
Another critical point for a successful completion of a bailout program is consensus.
You cannot have a true reform period in any country without an elementary kind of consensus.
So how do we fight populism? Not by engaging the same practices, but by demonstrating that basic competence, basic integrity, our values we can actually invest in.
If we want to be serious about fighting against populism, we need to start from our own house.
One of the elements that we have to focus on is the continuation of reforms.
There is no question that the only way for democracy to keep a hold in Greece is if there is clear identification of those who are standing in the way of allowing for reforms that will serve the people of the country.
I am confident Greece will emerge on the far side of that narrow passage. But the work we do today and tomorrow, I think, will contribute to the ideas which will allow that voyage ultimately to be successful.